Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this, another brand new day. It is, let me get my taskbar up. I have my taskbar on my computer set to auto-hide. That's my taskbar is my only connection to the outside world. It is 7:07 a.m. on Monday, the 3rd of July. Son of a gun. Yay! I got the monkey on my back again. I've been a couple days, well, a day and some without caffeine. I started to get a mild caffeine withdrawal headache last night and this morning, and I managed to, my disability did show up today. So out of my $1,200, I have $900 because I was minus. However, and I want to say thank you so very, very much, and I want to make sure I get the name right, because it was Person Who Plays donated $260 yesterday to my GoFundMe. Thank you so very, very much. Oh my gosh. I am intensely grateful, but the thing is also, I come from the generation, especially my grandparents drilled it into my head during the time that, you know, they were raising me, because they raised me till I was about 7 or 8 years old. And then my parents drilled into my head throughout my whole life, you know, that it's, if you can't do something that you need to get done, it's shut up and suffer in silence. And even if you're going to die, it's shut up, suffer in silence, nobody cares. And so that's been drilled into my head my whole life, even though I know that's wrong. I wouldn't be here today if that was true. I reached out and asked for help when I was dying of my alcoholism, because I asked for help, and because there was help out there, I'm alive. Suffering in silence to the point of death is ridiculous. There is help. People care. Don't suffer in silence, please. My generation is not the problem. It was the generation before that with the stoicism. I mean, they had to be that way to get through life, but life is not and should not be that hard. My political views on the subject. But I have felt incredible shame in asking for help, and I felt at the same time when I saw that there was the Person Who Plays donated $260, I felt both intense gratitude, which I still feel, and intense shame, because I asked for help and got it, and you shouldn't have to do that. That's the toxic masculinity that's still within me, and that sucks. I always thought I was more free of that than I apparently am, even now. Thumbs up. So again, Person Who Plays, thank you so very, very much. Because of all of the United States holiday nonsense going on right now, there's going to be banks shut and all that for at least another day, but electronic transfer stuff is still going on, so I have to pay my rent, but by the time the rent check clears, that $260 is more than likely going to be in my bank account, ready for it. Thumbs up. You have saved me. I need to, and I've talked to my housemates about this. We're going to be getting my storage unit emptied out as soon as we can. Hopefully before the 10th. I have to pay for it for the next month by the 10th. So if I clear it out by then I can go in, cancel, and I'm good. Again, I'm going to have to get rid of a lot of memorabilia, which is just pointless. I mean, like, I've got a lot of VHS tapes, but I don't have a VHS player. So, stuff like that. Bad furniture. I've got some furniture, I had microfiber furniture, and it's got mold growing on it. It's terrible. I just got to throw it out. So a lot of it is just stuff that's got to go to the dump, stuff that I can just sell, and then other things that I'm just going to keep. So it's good. Which also tied in with the despair that I had felt like last week, it's the glass cage that gets built for us by our culture and society that we grow up in, and then we maintain that glass cage inside of our own heads. Because as you're growing up, you're taught you don't do this, you don't do that, a man acts like this, a woman acts like this. So bits and parts of human activity are cut off, and you're behind walls, and you're caught in your cage of what culture expects of you. And then when you get older, you voluntarily stay within the glass cage. Well, sometimes it's not even voluntary. I was caught within a glass cage of despair last week. I literally could not see beyond the walls of the cage. It took a concerted effort to break out of that, which I managed to do on a walk. And when I came back, everything was better. I realized that, the walls were of my own making. And once that was out and I stepped out of the cage that I had created for myself, I felt so much better. And it's true, I was caught inside of a glass cage of my own making. And once I was out, the weight was gone. I mean, I'm still in bad shape, but it's not the end. It's not despair-worthy. Excuse me. It wants back out. The air. There's always hope. There's always hope. Every time the sun rises, it is the promise of a new day. There's always hope. It might be the hope and promise of a swift death if you're suffering, but there is hope. And that's a good thing. It really is. Thumbs up on that. Now, there's this one writer. His name is Adam Troy Castro. I follow his stuff on Facebook. We've mildly exchanged comments, but he's a really smart guy. That's the point. I've read some of his fiction, and oh my God, it brought me to tears. I've read some of the recommendations he's made for fiction, and that fiction that he's recommended has brought me to tears. So I trust the guy, and I understand what he says. One thing he said in the Facebook thing is amazing, and I have to read this one part. He's talking about what you're selling is not necessarily what the customer is buying. Because he started off talking about dogs. If you're playing fetch with a dog, you think, hey, the dog's bringing it back to you, and it's like, that's not what's going on. The dog is resetting. It's playing chase. It has to bring the ball back to you to reset it, to chase it again. You think it's bringing the ball back to you. What you're selling is not what they're buying. And so he wrote, you may think you're writing a brilliant satire on toxic masculinity and its contribution to creeping fascism. But you will create a huge audience out of assholes that think fight clubs are a great idea. You may think you've created a TV show about how we can all overcome our differences and cooperate to explore the stars. But many members of the audience will think it's great that Captain White Guy is able to make the swarthy aliens go boom. You may think that the cute person of your preferred gender who you met in your Wars of the 18th Century class seems attracted to you and interested in your mind, but is really just willing to endure sex with you in the hope that you can be persuaded to write term papers. You may think that the other cute person of your preferred gender loves you, but it may be that you come across as a person who can be easily controlled. What you think you're selling is not necessarily what the customer is buying. Fascinating to think about. Makes me wonder. I mean, I sell myself as just me. I see myself as a mildly fuzzy, I'm absent-minded person who's open about what their political beliefs are. If you're a pro person, that's a good thing. If you're anti-person, that's a bad thing. I believe that people are equal. It doesn't matter what your skin color is. I believe that men and women are equal, but different. I mean, we're obviously not equal physically. There's differences, but that doesn't mean one's better. It just means we're different. So this is what I'm selling, but I don't necessarily know what's being bought. And I hate to do this, the cat came in the window and is now banging and slamming on my bedroom door, and she's going to wake up my housemate. So I'll be right back. I have to go let her into my bedroom. I am so very sorry. We don't have a cat, but a cat has us. Amelia, the cat, adopted me before, when I was married to my wife. She actually adopted us together, and so she came and basically lived at our house across the street. When I had to move into my brother-in-law's garage, let me move that over here, hopefully you've been able to hear me. When I had to move into my brother-in-law's garage, she just plain flat adopted me entirely. She spent most of her time down in the garage with me. And so when I had to move, we moved here. And then when my brother-in-law moved, I don't know if they left the cat behind. I don't know if the cat ran away. But after a couple days, the cat showed up here. But we can't have a cat. The only pets we can have are hamsters, and I'll tell you this little hammy. I'm spending a lot of time not on camera, my apologies. Come on now, Fuzzy. Come on, Mama Squeak, Mama Squeak. It's Mama Squeak. Mama Squeak. We're allowed hamsters and guinea pigs. We can't have a cat. So we don't have a cat, but she comes into the house to say hi. I sometimes let her sleep on my bed, and so right now she came in through the window earlier, and now she's sleeping on my bed. Rather than fight with her, I'm just letting her do that, but we can't have a cat. So we don't have a cat. We don't have cat food. We buy some, because we don't want her to starve. We don't have a cat box, so. But this is Mama Squeak, Mama Squeak, Mama Squeak. That's her little rodent face. They're so cute, little rodent faces. They don't have the long, thin face like mice or rats, and so they don't look as rodenty. And then, of course, with their little stubby tails, instead of like a mouse's long tail or a rat's long hairless tail, they just got these little stubby tails. They're so intensely non-rodent like rodents. They're not fast and always hyper. No, they're they're awesome beyond words. I love them so much. But this is Mama Squeak, and I'm gonna put her back so she can go back to sleep. There you go. Yeah, so I hope what I'm selling, the slightly absent-minded, well, more than slightly absent-minded, the slightly fuzzy, absent-minded, open-minded guy who likes hamsters and stuff, and I don't know what's being bought by the customer. Hopefully. It's a good thing. I'm sorry the cat did all that. It blew everything out of my mind. I have no idea what I was talking about before. Thumbs up. I mean, I know what I was talking about, but not exactly what I was talking about. So what I'm going to do now, though, is I'm at 14 minutes. Hopefully I'm going to be able to have time to get this done. I'm going to thank 20 to 25 people for having left me comments in the comment section. I thank a range because of my fibro, I lose track of where I am. And I'm just not going to read the comments yet. I'm going to read them afterward, thumbs up as many as I can, answer as many as I can. And so right now, I'm just thanking you for having left a comment. Whether it's a good comment, a bad comment, or an indifferent comment, the fact is you left me a comment. That's awesome. Thank you so very much. So I'm going to start off. If you'd like a shout out, just let me know in the comments and I will give you that shout out. Definitely a thumbs up. So there's First Plastic Productions was asking for a shout out. Am I centered? I'm fixated on being centered in the middle here, so it just bugs me. My apologies. So Plastic Productions and Cameron Harrington, thank you very, very much. Hentai Boy, thank you. Hillary Payne, thank you very, very much. Christian Ezekiel, thank you very much. Sam Joseph, greatly appreciated. Wizard Pandora, thank you very, very much. Mateus Balcher, thank you, son of a gun. JRob24, thank you very, very much. M. Hanifa, with 2 A's at the end, thank you very, very much. And then there is George Simmons, thank you. And Brian Parks, thank you very, very much. Illuminati, the earth is flat, son of a gun, thank you very, very much. Greatly appreciated. Death Penguin Zed, thank you. And Adam Smith, thank you very, very much. Greatly appreciated. Yin Gog, thank you. Greatly appreciated. Corrupt X Echo 9M, heck of a name, son of a gun, thank you very, very much. Sierran Grace, thank you. And Austin Gossetti, thank you very, very much. And Motionless in Black, thank you. Sean Leonard, greatly appreciated. Zach Serrett, thank you. I hope I was at least halfway close. The Orange Picker, son of a gun, thank you. And Zeppelinator 427, thank you very, very much. And last but not least, well, Shaniqua Shauna Jackson, thank you very, very much. Absolutely all of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Get me out of my head and into the world. That's an awesome thing. I literally do not know where the time has gone. I've got to hurry to get everything done. Oh my God, I've got to rush to get my greetings done. I literally have no idea where the time has gone. I don't even know what I talked about at all. But if you'd like to hear a greeting in your home language, please just let me know and I will throw it into the comments. Many of these are as pronounced only as good as I can get. Like annyeonghaseyo is about as good as I'm going to be able to say that. It's not perfect. It's not going to ever be perfect. But I'm going to, I try. So, bon dia, dia dit, dia guet, guten tag, annyeonghaseyo. Buenos dias, bună dimineața, ohayo, labrit, labas ritas, kumusta, bonjour, terahomokos, yorageld, boira baivi, barilus, nihao, kalimera, bonjour, bokertov, Jean Dobry, well that's formerly chest, labdien, dobre utro, mesa olheli, which is good afternoon. I cannot remember how to say good morning, but someone has shown me in the comments. I need to get that in there, and I haven't done it yet. My apologies. Dobre rano, bereda, privyet, merhaba, which is actually Turkish for good afternoon. I don't know good morning in Turkish either, but so I'm cheating. And of course, go forth and have the crack. Good food, good drink with good friends. A very, very good thing. Doesn't have to be an alcoholic beverage, doesn't have to be crack cocaine, doesn't have to be a prostitute spreading her thighs for you. The crack. Good food, good drink with good friends. Well, son of a gun, I'm still running out of time, so I'm going to say this one real quick, my whole spiel at the end, where it's, hey, if you could check out my links, that would be awesome. You just click on Show More, they open right up. There's a whole bunch of stuff. I sell some merch that I think someone said they were going to buy something, so maybe I've sold a mug. I don't know. We'll find out later, not right now. There's like Twitter, Facebook, Google+, GoFundMe, Patreon.com, my blog, which I need to make sure I'm still writing on. Oops. So thank you. If you wanted to check those out, that'd be awesome. You don't have to, of course. My thanks again to the person and everybody else who has donated to my GoFundMe. Thank you so very much. You are literally helping to keep me alive, and it is awesome. Thank you. And again, my thanks to all of my Patreon.com patrons. You're all beautiful, wonderful people. I'm hoping this is a more updated list. I'm going to go double check it, so hopefully it is. But thank you, each and every one of you are all beautiful, wonderful people. Thumbs up on that. If you could toss me a like, that would be really, really cool. I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. I suffered a lot of physical abuse from my grandfather. When he didn't understand or like children, especially boys. All of his children were girls. And his main interactions with me were with his belt. And I got the belt just about every day for any reason, and that's when it started. Now, the sexual abuse, that was not my grandparents. That was started with the local kids in the area, and then ended up with my mother's second husband. Thumbs up on that. So yeah, everything's messed up in here. I'm low self-esteem. I got a streak of self-loathing a mile wide. And if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be awesome, but of course only if you want to. If you don't want to, don't. But if you do, thumbs up, and hope to keep you as a subscriber from now until the end of time. And I've got I don't really, because I've got to edit out and, edit down. I'm not going to edit it out, but edit to make funny or not funny, but I'm going to edit me having to leave to put the cat out. So I got an extra 15 seconds here. Yay! Thank you everybody for being here and helping me process. I cannot make it through the day without processing time, and I can't process unless I can talk. This gets everything in order. It's like bubble sorting, and it gets my mind ready for the day. And when I can't process, I'm lost. So thank you all very, very much for being with me. It is a very good thing. You take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that, my friend, is a very good thing.